Today is week 1 review of the Angels of the Host Army Challenge. Welcome, hobby host. So, as we saw in the first episode of the AC1 challenge, Maurice, Randon, also known as Grim, and myself basically did a quick overview of what we are going to be painting in this challenge. So, week 1 review is basically what we got done. Y'all know that I'm doing a little Fallen Angels project mixed with some chaos, so let's just jump right to it and take a look, shall we?
Hey everyone, not a huge update this week on the Zinch front, but I did get some initial dry brushing done on the Sandgores, using a bunch of P3 stuff, and just progressively smaller and smaller dry brushes. And I'm just going to do some yellows onto all of the green spots still, so the armor, to make those a little bit more NMM. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the weapons yet, and then probably a bunch of oranges and pinks on all of the frills and the hair. So I'll catch up with you next week, and hopefully these guys are all wrapped up.
Alright, you kids, welcome back. This is Grim again for the Angel of the Host Army Challenge. Right then, we've been working on these forces we got started with some boys, like every orc should. Boys is what we start with, and of course the truck. And we's death goes of course, so it's blue, cause it's the luckiest of all. So then, first we're gonna finish up these boys in the truck, and then next time, we're gonna start working on the beast snugger boys. And that's what we got. Best of luck you get. Whoa!
Yes, we are back once again to the absolute disaster that is my painting desk, but we've got bits and pieces and parts and stuff that's going on assembly-wise, so let's see what we have. First off, we'll start out with the wonderful metal version of Cypher from who the hell knows how long ago, but yeah, this is an original that I bought once upon a time, opened the blister my damn self, and then we also have the plastic version assembled, and this one is clearly primed. See, my lights are not coming from above, so we'll do my best to get some better. How about if we just zoom in? There we go. Woohoo! Okay, so yeah, that's a badass model. Love that model. He's cool as fuck. So what have I done this week? Well, this week, aside from assembling those two models, I started in on some of the Chaos models that I will probably add or mix and match to my Fallen unit. So I wanted to start with the original Dark Angels Fallen, and those models are really out of scale. Here, let me show you right quick. Now, I've got a handful of the metals and the plastics that were done at 2 various times, but we'll just show you the huge disparity in height, right? I mean, we're talking 5 to 6 millimeters, maybe even a little more for both of these. Now, the plastic ones, I will say, are probably 2 millimeters taller than the metal ones, but as you can see, it's still a huge difference. And when I started thinking about it, to me, it was just not an option to not be able to have models that would match they're even much smaller than the Chosen from Dark Vengeance, right? So this guy obviously is without a head. I'm just pulling him out of bags, but as you can see, there's still quite the disparity in scale between these, which are just a tad smaller, but they're close to the new Chaos Marines. And so with the new Chaos Marines being kind of front and center for most of my stuff, my Noise Marines, for example. What I did was I went out and grabbed a couple boxes of the new Black Templar models. This obviously, if you can tell, is one of the new sword brethren that has been hacked up and essentially given new life as a fallen. And that's the only one I have built. So there's a lot of additional work that has to go in, right? I've got to trim a lot of stuff. I've got to shave off symbols and basically get rid of all the iconography that makes them Black Templars. But one of the things I also did was I actually built a 5-man squad of Noise Marines, right? And so these were all built out of either the new Chaos Space Marines from the Shadow Spear set. This guy, I used a head from the Hellbrute. I obviously need to green stuff and fill it in. That's why I've got some cables down here. You probably can't see them, but I've got some green stuff cables, and I've got some cut guitar string. He's going to basically get some of this attached to the back side of his head into his backpack. I do have his backpack built, which I think is pretty fun, but it does need some green stuff work as well. But we also have model made from one of the Chosen, and the Blastmaster also made from a Chosen model. So that is essentially what I have going on for my Noise Marines. They still need some green stuff work, but for the most part, here's a big chunk of stuff that's done. This is an old Hellbrute that I had started painting. He is not going to change much in the way of color. And I will say I don't remember the purples that I used for the fleshy areas, which is fine, it's okay. But normally I'm really good about writing that stuff down and writing down my recipes that I utilize when painting models. So where does that leave me? Well, that leaves me with 5 Noise Marines, 2 Ciphers. Essentially, this is my captain, right? He's not obviously Vortigern, but he's captain of one of my Fallen squads, probably. Or not squads, but captain of the Fallen, or at least a higher ranking officer. And a few Chaos Marines that you can't see that are off camera. They're up here on my, there you go, you can see them. Up here on my wet palette. Plus I have a unit of Chosen. Those technically are assembled. They do have base coats, right? Again, if I don't get time to assemble and convert my Mauler Fiend, because I've got a lot of conversion ideas in mind for my Mauler Fiend, they will be my fill-in for quote-unquote that kind of points area. But with that, let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right, there you go. There's my week 1 updates. As I'm filming this, I'm still waiting for more recent Brandon, but obviously they'll get cut in and we will have everybody squared away for the first week review. With that, obviously we'll catch y'all in 1.